So this was intended to be a really straightforward, methodical hair cutting tutorial designed to help make it really easy to cut and fade your own hair. However, just before recording commenced, things did start to go quite drastically wrong. But before we jump into that, I want to give you a brief understanding of my setup and what I'm actually doing as we speak. I cut the sides of my hair and my hairline in a mirror, and to cut the back of my hair I use a camera phone on a tripod that's pointing at the back of my head. This camera phone is set to camera mode through a mirroring app. I'm using an app called Reflektor. I have no affiliation with the app whatsoever. There's probably others available, but it allows me to see exactly what I'm doing. And if you sat there thinking, why does he not just use another mirror to cut the back of his head, then you've obviously never tried cutting your hair with two mirrors. It's a nightmare. Don't even go there. Anyway, now that's covered, back to what I was saying. Now the first thing that went wrong before we even started filming was that my beloved wild detailer that I've had for years decided to stop working altogether. For those who might not know about wild detailers, they're the perfect hair cutting and shaving tool. It cuts really short and is so precise, so naturally for this to stop working before I'd even started filming was a huge blow. But in true fighting spirit, rather than completely bin off the idea of making a tutorial and revert to just growing my hair like a caveman, I had a backup plan. And here it is, the old dog shaver. So here you see me clipping my hair in the mirror using a #1 guard on the dog shaver. The plan is to cut the hairline and back and sides to one length, which will eventually become the longest part of the fade. Then after I have evened out all of those areas to a #1, I will then proceed to shave in the bald line with no guard and then fade my hair using small upward strokes gradually, using a slightly longer setting. By the way, if you want to fade your hair to a longer length, simply leave more space in between the bald part and the longest line and cut in increments using different guard sizes and the variable clipper lever using the same principle. Anyway, back to the haircut. Now you've got an understanding of what I'm trying to achieve with this second-rate piece of equipment that's meant to be used on a dog, you hopefully understand that what I'm trying to do here is pretty simple, right? That's because it is simple. And I've done this before without any problems, but in typical fashion, when you try and film something, everything goes pear-shaped. And what's worse, you can't just start filming again. I'd have to wait another 2 weeks for my hair to grow back. This leads me into the second thing that went wrong, which was a direct result of the fact that the #1 attachment for this dog shaver was actually damaged, which I'd forgotten all about because it's been so long since I've used it. The damage makes the attachment insecure, but I thought I could get around this by using some tape to tape it on. But what happens is, when you apply pressure, it cuts unevenly. And it wasn't until I was a good way into the cut that I noticed this. This guard is just mashed. It's cut, look at it, it's mashed. I'm gonna bin that off. There's another guard. It's cutting so uneven, it's like, can't even blag it with it. I'm supposed to use this one. All along. See if we can rescue up our job. So the only way to disguise this would be to go shorter. So as soon as I go in with the 0.5, I realise just how short it cuts, and from that point on, I kind of go into panic mode, and I forget all about the tutorial video. I'm in uncharted territory, and my main concern is about not messing my hair up completely, and for that reason, the regular cut plan that I explained before, the main length, and then the bald line, etc., just goes out the window. Everything I do from here on in is unscripted, sorry about that. But I'm sure you get the idea from the diagram I went through before. And if you're still unsure, let me know in the comments, and then in another 2 weeks, I'll do another video of how I would have done things without any mishaps. So yeah, there we have it. Not too bad after all. I'm quite happy with that. I mean, under the circumstances, not too bad at all. It was never going to be a masterpiece once I knew I wasn't able to use the wild detailer. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm happy.